Thank you.
Thank you, Lord Speaker. In the last sitting, this August House has rejected the private bill for a member of Parliament for the amendment of this land court. But on the other hand, the Barisan National State Government has decided to table the similar bill in this sitting, which is akin to the hijacking the motion of the private bill. This is
not raised it.
Last Speaker, Last Speaker, I proceed. The proposed amendment to Section 5, subsection 2, to allow native who are in occupation thereof shall be deemed to hold by license from the government, and they may be inherited, acquired, or purchased by, or transferred, or sold, or disposed of, or to deal with another native. And the insertion of Section 5A are generally deemed to circumvent the court decision in Masa Anak, Nangkai, and BCG. This is because the state government has lost many legal suits where the court had ruled in favor of the natives to uphold the NCR land right. Hence, the Barisan National Government has proposed insertion of new section 197A in order to prevent the government from being sued, and therefore section 197A is considered to be undesirable at all. Essentially, this amendment is a result of the federal court decisions in BCG, where the apex court has decided to uphold the customary law or ADUN and rule against the sales and or transfer of the NCR land in this country. The amendment of the land court allowed any native who lawfully in occupation sell, transfer, or dispose or deal with the NCR land with another native. It means that with the amendment, NCR holders can purchase or sell the land to Bidayu, Malay, Iban, and so on. Undeniably, the amendment would add commercial value to the native land and make it more marketable in the commercial sense. In this respect, I have conducted consultations with various NGOs, lawyers, and general public, who are generally welcoming this amendment, but they have also expressed worries over the fact that the rich native would dominate or exploit the poor native in the sales of the NCR land. They also remind us that the livelihood of the exploitations of the rich native who are majority in the Barisan National. This is therefore suggests that the report or panel should be established to regulate the transition.
Apa ni? What? Oh no, no. Which point? Which point? Which point?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, he has to quote the point. Quote the same.
33A. I mentioned it. You taking?
Yes, I'm taking.
Atau speaker.
33A.
Yang berhormat just now has just mentioned about.
He gives the permission.
Barisan Nasional, as if we are the one that who are holding all this native land. That is imputing improper motive. Under Order 32.
That is to a person, not to a body, to a person. Cannot use.
Shall not impute improper motive or make statement or allegation the member which could not substantiate.
On a member, not person. No, not on a body like that, okay?
This is the feedback from the ground. This is the feedback from the riot. I have to report to this on the ground.
Are you prepared to substantiate?
What substantiate what?
This is the opinion from the riot.
Mr. Speaker, may I be of assistance?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I have the standing order here. On the point raised by Asazaya. You see, the point raised is if Dudong accused someone here
Yeah.
in
Like
his
that lah.
house, then he must substantiate.
Right.
He cannot impute
Anybody.
But what
Yeah.
he is saying is just BN in general. No
Yes.
particular.
Yeah, that's nothing. No standing order for that one.
There should be a legislator. He interpreted the standing order wrongly.
Wrongly.
That's my point.
Yes.
Continue.
Are you imputing any honorable members?
No.
No, this is
No. That's a standing order.
Why so sensitive?
Ah, yeah. Eh?
Makan sili, rasa padi.
I proceed.
Rasa padas.
Siapa makan sili dia rasa pedas.
Therefore, I urge this August House to take this opportunity in this proposed amendment to the land court to legislate to redefine the definition of the NCR and expressly to include not only the Muda but also Pemakai Menua and Blok Galau under the section 5 of the land court. I would like to draw the attention of this August House on the judgment of the Chief Justice for Sabah and Sarawak in BC Good held inter alia that NCR land was created and exceeded by and for the native in Sarawak, which basically meant for farming the Muda on the land within Pemakai Menua. This pertinent to note that the Honourable Chief Justice of Sabah and Sarawak in his judgment has acknowledged the creation and existence of NCR land is oriented for the benefit and welfare of the inhabitants of the area where it is created. His Lordship went on to say that if the holders of NCR land were allowed to dispose them by way of sale, then their very purpose in the creation and existence of the NCR land would be defeated. The native adat and custom of Tunku Asli would also be greatly undermined. It is important to lay down clear laws and regulations as to regulate the sales of the native title land, sales of NCR lands, the Muda, or sales of Pemakai Menua or Blok Galau, in order to avoid the exploitations of the rich over the poor of the native. I also suggest that if the sales of the NCR land is for the native who has no necessary connections with the community of the holder of the NCR land, Tunku Asli should be paid accordingly. Under these circumstances, the native adat is therefore be able to be preserved by the Dayak community in Sarawak. Pursuant to the proposed amendment clause 3 of the bill, Madam Speaker, it is clearly spelled out that the holder of the NCR land is to deem to hold a license from the government. The native communities, being the Budi Putra in Sarawak, are not only licensed, but the owners of the land. They are part of the land. Therefore, the NCR land should be issued with title, which across indivisibility interest upon the holder of the NCR land, so as to better protect their property interests. They are not, because for the simple reasons that they are not a mere license, but bear in mind that they are part of the land. This is another shortcoming for this amendment, in which it has failed to take into considerations of the property right of the natives in this area. Pertaining to the amendment section 174, 175 of the Land Court, it might be considered to be a minor one, but it has a great impact on the registrations of the caveat in this country. As this juncture, I would like to urge the Land and Survey Department to improve its efficiency, effectiveness in handling the lodgement and registrations of caveat after this amendment. Unnecessary delay in lodgement of caveat must be eliminated and monitored at all times. Bear in mind that delay is a cost to the public. A deputy chairman is appointed by the minister to the existing SPA or State Planning Authority under Section 228 of the Land Code in this proposed amendment. It implies that the existing composition member of the SPA may not be efficient and not performing well without a deputy chairman. I opine that the additional appointment in this case is undesirable and unwarranted because it will incur additional costs and expenditure for the government. More often than not, the proposed additional appointment in this amendment is seen to accommodate the political appointment, which may benefit certain individuals only. Similarly, the setting up of panels of the SPA as proposed under Section 229 is aimed at benefiting certain group of people, and additional costs and expenditures shall also be incurred by the state government. If the panel were to establish, of course, I stand by with the contentions from the member for pending. It should consist member from opposition parties, so as to be transparent and free from parties. Lord Speaker, with that I conclude.
Member for